Yo, 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 guys, it's Diktaturen F1. Today we are in a league race in Monaco, and it's actually not the SRL league we are in right now. We are in a full Swedish league and trying it out a little bit with some new players. I wanted to test myself out and see what my pace is against other drivers than in the SRL. However, SRL is still my main league, but this race was incredible fun and it was a big lobby, and we actually had a full qualifying session this time, so it's not a one session. It's three qualifying sessions. So we have Q1, Q2, and Q3. Currently we are on our Q1 lap, and I'm trying to get a banker in. Because it's Monaco, you never know what's gonna happen. Maybe if you are later on gonna be on a decent time, it's gonna be some carnage up ahead and gonna mess up your time. So I just wanted to go out and absolutely send it, but obviously not full send it, but maybe half send it so we can get a good time in. But we are pretty much on pace, it feels like. Per Roger with the fastest lap so far, 1:10.9. Feels like we are gonna be a little bit faster than that right now. So coming in, it's gonna be a 1:10.0, which is absolutely lovely to see. We decided not to go out again because I was checking out the track, and no one was beating the time. Phoenix improved to a 1:10.7, but it was all fair and good. So now we are coming into Q2, and for those who are new to this game or this sport, in Q2, the second qualifying session, 5 players were eliminated up to this point, so that was the slowest drivers in Q1. So in Q2, it's 15 drivers on the track, which does make it a little bit less challenging because it's not too much traffic you have to navigate through. I only have one car up ahead, which is nice. And it's also on this session that decides which tires you're gonna start on. So if you're gonna take your qualifying lap on soft tires, then you're gonna start the race on soft tires. I decided to go out on mediums, and I was pretty lonely doing that, which is probably explained by the fact that it's likely that it's gonna be a safety car, as this is Monaco after all. But I thought to myself, because my pace was so much quicker in Q1, that I'm gonna take the gamble and try to get myself through on the medium tire, and possibly if I can get a good grid position in Q3, I am gonna have track position. And even if I don't have it, if there's gonna be a safety car, the soft drivers up ahead are sure to be pitting, and I'm definitely not gonna pit if that's the case. I'm just gonna stay out and try to get decent lap times in and get ahead of them. So I keep track position for a little bit while I can go into the soft tires later. I did get a really good time on the medium there. I won 10.6 on the dot. We are beaten by Focus at Game, who did set a good time, but looking at the people finishing their times now, I'm still in P2. So I am on my second lap. I wanted to do 2 of them. I was 3 tenths up ahead there, but Onakin decided to go into the wall. He was on a hot lap, to be fair, so he technically wasn't blocking me. He just made a slight error, misjudging the braking point. So it's nothing he can do there to give me any more space. It's just unfortunate, but eventually we got through on our mediums. So that was absolutely lovely, all according to plan. Now my goal is to get out on track first. So the second I got out here, I was spamming go out on track, but the McLaren car gets ahead of me. Alfa Romeo up ahead also gets away from me. The Haas cars wants to go out, and the AI just decides to, you know what, I'm supposed to wait for them. In real life, they would have to wait for me. So now I'm in 5th position, so not happy about that, as you can see, but I can't concentrate on that too much. I left a lot of space to Big Bob up ahead, so I am about to start my qualifying lap. The first one though of this session, so it's going to be interesting to see the pace we can go through. In the first corner we are not really carrying the speed as we wanted to. We are going a little bit deep. We can cut that curve a lot more. But it's still manageable, we can save it. So we're gonna see if we're maybe having a purple for a sector. We are not, so we're not fastest on track right now. But I did feel like we had some pace, so I'm sure we can catch up. We are trying to carry some speed through the hairpin. And coming now towards the tunnel section, looking on the track map, we have the Haas car is quite a good bit up ahead. So we should be fine coming into this little chicane, and we are absolutely nailing this one. So we are definitely on for a good lap time. And we have a yellow flag up ahead. Phoenix sets fastest lap. I'm quite distracted. I invalidate, and we completely smash into Big Bob. Initially I thought that he maybe messed up his lap and just stopped to let me go, but later on he said that he DNF'd and he was a passenger, and maybe I could have let it go a little bit, release the throttle, but yeah, I wanted to continue on and it messed up. So I'm starting P9 on my medium tires, not according to plan, but we can still make this work. If there's a safety car, lights out and away we go. Phoenix up ahead, we get a better start. And Phoenix is trying to go around my outside. I think he smashes the wall and myself, but we're clean through. Paradise and Sonny crashes into each other. Someone crashes into me from behind, and we are just passengers. I don't know how to explain what just happened. We have front wing damage, and yeah, some guys just decided to take us on a little journey. Maybe if I'm gonna look positive on things, I got the fuel save there for 1% of a lap, but it's whatever. We are completely out of sync. Our strategy did not work. It would have been perfect now if I started on the soft tires, but we are on medium tires. Gonna have to box because of our front wing damage. So I have a decision to make. Either I follow Jeff's strategy, which is to put me on softs to make the two-stop, but I want to just race right now and keep it on track for as long as I can. So I'm gonna stick it to the hard tire. So if there's ever gonna be a safety car, I'm gonna either be able to try and stay ahead. Lila Bob makes a mistake. We're gonna cut ahead of him into the pit, which is nice. So what I said, either if someone makes a mistake, there's a safety car, we have the option to either pit for fresh tires or just try and stay out for track position. So I think going to hards is the correct choice, but it is going to hurt our speed by some quite drastic margin. But our pace has been really good looking at the qualifying sessions, and we are coming out in clean air, mostly thanks to Lila Bob there, sliding around. So now it's everything about to get up to pace here, make sure that I do what I can to just stay on track. Most importantly, I cannot afford any penalties. So I'm doing everything I can to make sure I stay on track and not get any warnings. It's a little bit unpredictable. We have Pumbaa in the wall. He is very nicely moving out of the way from me. So fair play to him. Unfortunately, he spun around, but all in all, this is Monaco, and there is something called Murphy's Law. Anything that can happen will happen, and in Monaco that is pretty much multiplied by 1,000. So we are 3 seconds behind Kietsu, who do have an 8-second penalty. I have ahead of him Lila Bob, who I'm not entirely sure ended up that far up ahead. Maybe he didn't pit when I went into the pits. So maybe he didn't suffer any damage and could just keep going. So that's good for him, obviously, but it looks like he has some damage because the delta is shrinking quick. Same with Kietsu, he's 2.8, 2.6, 2.3 seconds, so we are gaining on him as well. And like I've said, now it's all about keeping it on track and making sure we keep gaining. However, the problem is that because it's Monaco, the problem is that you're not maybe going to be able to overtake cars that are a little bit slower. So I will definitely need to pick my moments. I know some guys will probably move aside if they are too pressured, because we have Lila Bob there into the wall, scraping us. This is important, so I'm gonna cut in for that. This is something everyone should learn. Whenever you touch something, always ask Jeff if you have any damage. Sometimes you're just gonna feel it straight away, and if there's big enough damage, Jeff is always gonna tell you, hey, you have front wing damage, you have to go in and pit. But when it's slight damage, it is gonna heavily affect your pace, which you might not notice initially, but he's not gonna tell you. So, but if you ask him if you have vehicle damage, then you will know, because he's gonna say something like, mind that front wing, or whatever. But where was I? We are in Monaco. It's gonna be hard to find a position where you can overtake, so you really have to be close to someone in order to either stress them to make a mistake, because when you are just behind someone, they are gonna try and push that little bit extra percent, which sometimes makes them make a mistake, because they are going above what they can do. And that's a mistake that I'm doing constantly as well, and that's not really when I am defending. For me, it's when I'm attacking, because I'm trying not to defend too hard. Obviously, there are a couple of times where I haven't lived up to that, which was Belgium in SRL, when Emso is trying to go around me after the long straight, but we all make mistakes and we learn from them. That's the biggest thing. You always have to learn from your mistakes, because otherwise you're not going to end up anywhere. I was looking to go on the overtake here under the tunnel on Kietsu, but it's more looking like he's going to go for the overtake on Chicken Sucker, so we're going to stay behind. Chicken Sucker lets him go, and it also lets me go. So I am guessing Chicken Sucker had damage, or either he just didn't want to waste time fighting us. And it's a good decision all in all, no matter what's the case, but I'm guessing he had damage, or that something happened there, because he now is 8 seconds behind us. Maybe he wasn't expecting me to go ahead of him as well, but I don't think I touched him, so I don't really know what happened. Slinking is pitting to the hard tire, I think. We're fighting Kietsu. His red light is flashing, meaning he has no boost left. That's the overtake on the bottom left, which gives your car plenty a lot of speed. So he's gonna be pretty slow, and I am free to go on for the overtake. These aren't spots that I would go for overtake, so I'm gonna just ride it out, brake a little bit earlier than him. I am touching the wall with my rears, but it's all good. Have to be fast around the hairpin. He is touching the wall. This is what I'm talking about, being close to another car. They're gonna make mistake, otherwise he is letting me go. I am not gonna be forced to make an awkward overtake on him, so I'm thanking him by swirling a little bit. Fair play to him. I'm guessing he got some damage from that, because I don't think he would have let us go otherwise. Either way, I think it was the correct decision, because I was faster than him. Up ahead, Noki. We gained a lot of time, 3 seconds to Kietsu, and Noki has a 3-second penalty, so now we are actually into P8, a net P8, you could say. We are way closer to Noki than we were to Kietsu, so we're gonna go for the overtake here and try it out. He is gonna defend this heavily. We are not finding it, but we're turning the car in a little bit too early. We're gonna move out of Kietsu, who is coming, but he touches us anyway. I do think we did smash his car there. A lesson to learn is that whenever you are on a tight track especially, but regardless, whenever you spin out, if you can't move out of the way, stand still. If you can move out of the way from someone coming in fast, you should always do that in a safe manner. But most of the time, they are gonna expect you to stay where you are and not make any sudden movements, because maybe they're gonna come around your inside, maybe they're gonna come around your outside, and if you think, oh, I'm gonna move out of the way, maybe that's the direction they're gonna take. In this scenario, I think maybe he could have been going a little bit wider. I think he just followed the racing line, but I was still also very much in his way, so I am sorry about that. It was my mistake after all. Patrick up ahead. We are super close. We're definitely gonna find the overtake. He moves a little bit to the left to let us go, but we are too quick on the throttle. So he goes for it here, but I'm sending it into the first corner, going around this outside. He's not touching us. He's still on our inside. He backs off. Very good racing, and it always gives me a little bit of adrenaline when stuff like this happens. I'd rather have this kind of overtake than just being let go. So regardless, fair play to Patrick. As you can see on the timing board, it doesn't make sense. I'm not P2 right now. I think I'm in like P7 or something. But we're skipping forward now a lot of laps because I was just driving alone. And we are now into P4. Some guys up ahead pitted and I gained positions. But I'm pretty much in dead man's land. I have 20 seconds back to Sonny and 22 seconds to Futuristic. I'm not gonna catch up to them on these hards. I'm deciding to move on to the soft tire. I basically have a free pit stop, but we're gonna serve my 5-second penalty, so Sonny gets ahead of me. I didn't really account for that, to be honest, but I'm not too worried either, because I'm sure I'm gonna get ahead of Sonny eventually. He's gonna be ahead of me when I'm coming out from the pits, but I think he started on the soft tire, so his mediums right now must be crying for help compared to my soft tires. Coming out from the pits, we have Kietsu. Maybe he wanted some revenge on us there, or something, but he was just standing there chilling, looking at us from outside the pits. Nothing happened though, no harm done. We're gonna see how much we're gonna gain on Sonny. He's 1 second ahead, 9/10. We are gaining very quick. This is gonna be easy overtake. It should be an easy overtake. Coming around the hairpin, we are as close as we probably can be. Question is, are we gonna go for it in the tunnel or are we gonna wait for the DRS? We are pretty close. We're on the same spot as last time. We're gonna go for the overtake. He is gonna defend this one. We're gonna take the inside, but we are ahead this time. But once again, we touched that wall. We have a Haas coming around. It's Patrick, I think. We are avoiding him this time. And he's just behind us. We get a 3-second penalty for corner cutting, which isn't really too fair, but we are ahead of Patrick at least, which is good, so we're gonna be able to gain. We are also cutting this corner and getting a 3-second penalty again, because we had 2 warnings before. So now I'm in a completely different position. I was looking for the free pit stop to maybe get a fastest lap. Now I am behind Sonny with a 6-second penalty. So we really need to get ahead of him right now. I do get a way better exit than him. I'm gonna absolutely send it into this corner. We are wheel to wheel and I am basically forcing my way through. I still think it was fair racing. He barely left me any room, taking up the middle of the track, but he also was allowed to do that, so that was basically me risking it. If I would have punted him into the wall, it would have been my penalty, but as that didn't happen, I just pushed myself through. I think that was clean racing, even though it was very much elbows out. But now we have one mission, and that is to get the fastest lap while we are also getting ahead of Sonny with 3 seconds, because I have a 6-second penalty, but he has a 3-second penalty. So we have to really push. We're getting a purple middle sector, so that means we are fastest in the middle of the track. We obviously weren't fastest in the first part because we had a fight with Sonny. So we really need to nail this corner so I can get that point. We are already 2.8 seconds, 2.9 seconds, 3.1 seconds ahead of Sonny. And we get the fastest lap, so mission completed. But it's really not the fastest lap with any margin because it was an 11.2. So I am going for it again. We have barely an ERS though. So we're gonna see if we can make this stick. Do we get the purple sector? We do, so we are basically out of ERS, but since there's so many corners, the speed of the car is not gonna matter. It's the traction through the corners that's gonna matter. And we're absolutely nailing these corners. And this one as well, getting a really good rotation. So ERS is basically blank, but I'm still confident I'm gonna improve. This does not feel like a 1.11 time, so we're gonna see. I don't think we're gonna get a purple middle sector because we had a lot of more boost in the first lap we did with the soft tires, but we're nailing these, absolutely sending it. 6 seconds ahead of Sonny now, so you can really see the difference between a brand new soft tire and a medium tire that maybe has, I guess his medium tires has 15 laps in them or so. So we set the fastest lap at 1:10.6, which I am pretty sure will get us the fastest lap, because the cars up ahead, Focus at Game, Futuristic and Per Roger, they are definitely not gonna pit because they are in the fight for the win. Focus at Game has 0 penalties, Futuristic has 3 seconds, and I believe Per Roger also has a time penalty. 6 seconds on Futuristic now, so it's looking really good for Focus at Game. We're gonna take you through this last lap and see how it goes between them. They are definitely fighting, as you can see on the minimap. A lot of things can happen there, but probably Focus at Games is gonna take it. But he is pushed down to 3rd position now, so and a yellow flag. So I'm not entirely sure what happened, but it doesn't look like it involved them, or maybe it involved one of them. Regardless, it looks like Focus at Game is gonna take this home. Oh, maybe that was not them. It's my bad. They had the same colors. They are coming through the last corner now. They were fighting before that, but it's gonna go to Focus at Game. But Per Roger takes the win on track. Every one of them did a stellar job. I watched the replay from the stream, and yeah, good race from them. I was a little bit in no man's land here. I am 30 seconds behind them and 26 seconds behind Sonny. I believe if I avoided all of that corners in the beginning, I would definitely be up there fighting with them. But nonetheless, coming from P14 after that initial start to P4, I'm gonna be happy about it. But also, I am a little bit sad because I definitely had a pace to end up in a better position here from that qualifying. Nonetheless, congratulations to Focus at Game. This was a lovely session. A lot of carnage. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 DNFs, I think. So Slink is DNFing there on the last lap. Very sorry for him, but it was a fun race. All in all, my main league is still SRL. Obviously, it's a very fun league. I'm a little bit active in it as well, trying to make things better and creating some videos for them. But this league was also very fun to test myself against new drivers and get to know some other guys. So I'm looking forward for the next race. Tomorrow it's gonna be a new race for me. Maybe I'm gonna upload this tonight, or I'm gonna upload this on Sunday. So maybe today is gonna be the day for a new race with SRL. We're gonna be in the United States. So I hope you'll tune in for that. It's gonna be the 9th of January, and it's gonna be 6 p.m. Central European time. I think it's gonna be a really exciting race. Nonetheless, I appreciate you for watching. I really enjoy making these kind of videos, so I hope you enjoy watching them. If you liked it, please give me a like, please subscribe. I don't know what you say about that, but I really appreciate when I see a new sub or something happens there. So very much thank you for watching, and have a blessed day. Take care and goodbye.